Yeah, we'll figure out a name of this episode.
On three, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Be Uplifted.
Bum, bum, bum.
Pew, pew, pew,
Oh, we
pew.
didn't even change. That's okay.
I have a lot of these shirts. They didn't
want
need
to?
to know that I didn't change.
I wear the Spitfire shirt today.
Yeah.
I know. I'm actually still wearing the same outfit underneath the sweater, so it's fine, guys. All right. So, welcome.
I thought that was Gengar.
Where? On his Gengar.
Okay, guard.
Oh, I see it.
It's
wow.
Spitfire.
Okay. So, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Does it feel weird that you're not in the chair?
Yeah, because now I got to look this way. I need a chiropractic adjustment because it hurts.
Oh, no. Don't show your age. I'm just kidding. You can't even turn your neck anymore. So, today's episode is going to be, I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but I basically wanted to interview my two DJs here.
Wow.
So,
As she's married to Win.
Yeah.
This is her two DJs.
These are my two DJs, actually. That one does his own thing. So,
Well, you know what? Facts.
The facts.
Who's done a personal mix for you? Or
You
played
have.
your song as soon as I heard that you're in the chat.
yes, you.
But we got the DJ that's actually working.
Oh my gosh. He's not working. He's just pressing buttons and stuff. I'm just kidding.
damn.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so I
I'm gonna
thought
clip that and send that to
the worst wife ever. So I wanted to interview both of you guys because I thought it'd be interesting to ask questions to a seasoned DJ that's been doing it. How long have you been doing it?
It's early 2000s.
So
Well, I guess that's when
So close to 30
can s-
years.
okay, and then you've been DJing for how long?
Like 2 years maybe?
2 years, and yet he's freaking got gigs and shit lined up already. Like, come on,
real gigs
real gigs, guys.
on a stage.
Exactly. Okay, so are you guys ready? Because I know.
Well, I'm not that kind of DJ, by the way. I'm not EDM.
By the way,
Electronic.
this is completely a surprise to them.
Yeah.
So I'll just put that out there. So if they're doing some thinking or if they're in shock, it's because they were not prepped for this at all. I just told them I have a topic and I'm going to be interviewing you guys. So cheers to them for being good sports. Okay. So you guys ready?
We do whatever we're told.
Yeah.
I know. Exactly. They kind of do.
I just show up when I show up.
Yep.
Okay. So for both of you, you have to each answer all these questions. Okay.
Okay.
Because I want to see the perspective from both of you guys. So what sparked your interest in DJing? We'll start with Vince.
Filipino.
What is
not true.
what does that mean for the non-Filipinos out there?
So we weren't mainstream. Like there was first off, Asians weren't mainstream, right? So there was either Manny Pacquiao, Efren Reyes, or DJ Qbert that we had to look up to. Well, I'm not athletic. I'm not very good at my coordination. So I was like, well, I like music. So I was appreciative of it. But because back then, not everybody can be seen on a TV,
Right.
right? Like now, everybody is on a screen. Whether you have TikTok or if you have a YouTube channel or if you have an Instagram, you can be seen. But in order to be seen on something that's electronic, you have to be somebody. So we used to have VHS tapes. And so the only DJs that I would ever see were either on MTV or on a VHS. I was like, wow, they're superhuman. And then I remember it was my junior high school. There was a DJ there. I think it was DJ X-Ray. I'm pretty sure it was. And I was like, wow, people can do this. Because like
So it became a reality.
when there's such a gap between a celebrity and or what you see on TV and what you are as an audience member, when there's such a big gap, you just think that they're superhuman.
Yeah.
And then I found out, I was like, oh, there's a person that could do this.
Yeah.
Like I thought that we had to hire somebody from MTV to come and DJ or something like that. But then I found out, I was like, oh, normal people can do this. And then fast forward, DJ X-Ray made me part of Three Style. So
We'll elaborate more on that in a little bit
Okay.
for people that don't know. How about you, Rich? Because obviously, you've only been doing it for a couple of years. And as you've mentioned before, you're like, oh, I'm older, like whatever. Like what made you later in life just all of a sudden go, you know what? I think I want to DJ.
I always had an interest in it, but never had the means to do it because I could distinctly remember it was the summer of 1991. My friends and I were filming videos because my parents got this, the whole old like mini DV kind of like video, and we were like just like messing around, and I was a big fan of NWA. I wanted to be DJ Yella specifically because I was so interested in scratching and cutting, which I don't do now because I can't. But back in the day, it was a complete setup. You know what I mean? I mean, it was you had to carry these things, and it wasn't financially feasible. Okay, so fast forward decades later, Vince and I were sitting at the studio, and we were listening to Margulis. Right, Margulis. She's a Twitch streamer, and I was like, oh. Vince was like, oh yeah, she's a DJ. I'm like, well, how's she doing it? With a controller. And back then, like really at that point, it was like I wasn't interested. I didn't really know what was going on. I thought everybody was still doing,
Vinyl
turntables. And so I knew about Serato. I knew about Serato because years before, Vince would set up at Willie's Workshop down in Mira Mesa. And that's when I knew like everything was digital at that point.
Oh, okay.
So behind the scenes earlier today, we ordered L&L. We're right across. Willie's Workshop was right across from L&L.
Yeah.
We used to get free food all the time.
Oh man.
Hooked up like daily, right?
Daily.
And I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but then out of all the things, I was like, all right, well, we're going to get L&L. He's all, what do they have there? I was like, you should have had the menu memorized. But tangent, I'm sorry, but I had to call him.
I was thinking that.
As good as his memory is.
I was thinking out loud, though. I was like, what did they have there? Because I didn't just want, because there's katsu, there's the seafood plate, there's, the mixed barbecue plate. Then they, some L&Ls have the Portuguese sausage. This one has longaniza, which others don't.
Yeah.
So that's why. But
oh, sorry.
anyways.
Yeah. So Margulis.
Yeah, so Margulis. So then I started becoming interested in it. At one point, I was like, oh, I'm going to try it. So then I came back, I think the next day.
I think so.
I think the next day, Vince's setup was his turntables and everything were set up in that corner of the studio, and I was like, I'm gonna try to learn how to DJ, and I just went and I did like 5 hours straight while he was working because he was still working the night shift. Then the door closed, and he'd occasionally come around and go, "That sound good," but most of the time,
no, not occasionally, seldomly. Yeah.
I'm trying to make it seem okay. Seldomly come on. I was good, but it was a trend, and I've shared that on my on my Instagram.
Oh, we've rewatched some of it recently, right? It was like a couple of weeks ago.
So it was filmed, this whole 5 hour stretch.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool. If
It
you
was
think about
filmed.
it.
It was live streamed.
It was live streamed.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, that's going to be cool that you have your very first go at it for hours long.
Yeah,
Like you have that
I
on
don't know
film.
if I have the full 5 hours. I think it's just the small clips, but I do have.
That's so cool though.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. So let me ask you this. Can you think of a significant song that you can look back on that you go, you know what, that really set the tone for the type of DJ I want to be? A specific song or genre?
Well, I'm pretty all over the place, but my favorite song to play will always and forever be Janet Jackson. It's That's the Way Love Goes.
Oof, good one.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's hard to put into any of your current mixes.
It is, but you know, like when I play that, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that song. I love that.
I think I'll play it just for him next time.
Right. I'm just gonna play it every time I see him. Like,
Yeah.
how about you, Kuya?
Just at first, when I first started doing it, I was playing a lot of freestyle and New Jack Swing
Okay.
because it was more songs that I was familiar with. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, it's I won't say I'm all over the place, but it's mostly K-pop.
Okay.
I play a lot of fucking K-pop.
So if you wanted to leave like a quote unquote legacy of a sound that you played, would you say that it would be K-pop if you had to choose? If someone gun to your head, someone made you choose.
Yeah, but I just, you know what? That question is always is tricky right now because I don't want to be labeled like that.
I mean, obviously, but that's why I'm saying like if you had
You know,
to.
like intern number 2. Every single time we run into somebody, he's a K-pop DJ. I'm like, I'm just not just that guy.
Right. You don't want to be put in a box.
I don't want to be put in that box where is that the only thing I play?
Yeah.
But it's the thing I'm most comfortable with.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily. I don't know yet. I don't think I know what I want to be remembered as 2 years in.
I think I like that answer because it goes along with the theme of like a newer DJ as opposed to like a seasoned DJ that's kind of chosen their path in DJing. So I like that answer. How about you, Vince? Do you have a specific, if you had to choose, like a genre that you would want to be or like a sound that you would want to be remembered for as a DJ?
It would be nice if I could be, if I can set myself up to be a storyteller.
Oh, okay.
Where instead of a theme, there's an emotion that I'm playing to. Like I don't know if you remember, but I had the whole Beats for the Sheets series,
literally,
and those the like, lust, love, and lonely. Those are the stages of a relationship.
That's actually one of my favorite things that you've ever created. Is that?
Yeah, and then the like is called No You Hang Up. So that's the part of the relationship where you're getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're still nervous. You don't know where things are going to go. And then after like and you go out, it ends up being lust. Mm-hmm. And then I called that one the vaginal moisturizer.
Yes.
And then that one was, that one is like, so like was like the Just Friends, Music Soul Child, Come and Talk to Me, Jodeci, Can We Talk, Tevin Campbell, stuff like that. After that, then it would be more like, Genuine Pony, or like the really slow, Janet Jackson songs. Then there's Love, which I haven't fully done yet, so I'm not sure where that's gonna be. But then that's gonna be with like That's the Way Love Goes, stuff like that. And then there's gonna be the Lonely, where it's gonna be like the Boys to Men and stuff like that.
Like the heartbreak.
Yeah. So there's that. The other thing that I would say, if I had my own club or my own lounge, because I don't want to DJ at a club, I want to DJ at a lounge and a proper lounge. I would love to do like neo soul R&B turntablism, where it's creative, it's expressive, and it's soulful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and it's melodic, it's soulful. It's where I get to do things that may be tricks, but I don't want to do it to impress anybody. I want to do it to express myself.
I love that.
Does that,
No, absolutely. That actually resonates with me. I like that a lot. I mean, all respect. I think for me personally, I'm not a DJ, so I can't really speak to anything, but me as a consumer of DJs, I really enjoy when a DJ.
Oh, yeah, you do consume one.
Hey, I love when a DJ evokes an emotion out of me as opposed to sounds. You know what I mean? Like I said, respect to like EDM DJs because that's a lot of sounds that you're putting together, and I know that it's hard and things like that, but I definitely can appreciate, for me, my personal preference, I love when like a slow song or a slow jam mix evokes an emotion as opposed to just like, you know what I mean? So that's just, so I like that. I like what you just said right now. Can you guys tell me about a time that you messed up during a set or a time that you failed as a DJ and what you learned from it?
Yeah, I learned that if you put caps lock on, there's a chance that you might not be in the search bar and you type something and then all of a sudden your controller goes backwards.
That happened last week.
Yeah, was it last week or was it 2 weeks ago? I know
ago.
it happened.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
that
wait,
can also stop your music too.
Yeah.
being in caps lock.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
so
something
you learned not to put it in caps lock.
So I learned that I should take off caps lock because there are some tricks that I do that require me to be fast on the keyboard to get to my shortcuts. But when I'm searching for something, always have the caps lock off.
So you didn't know that before?
Well, I just learned the hard way, and then I only had to learn once.
Oh, okay, interesting. See, even as a seasoned DJ, you learned new things. How about you, Rich? Can you think of a time where you failed during a set, or just like failed as a DJ in general? What'd you learn from it?
My first anniversary.
Your first year anniversary?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what he's talking about. That was good.
Story time.
I was gonna say it for him.
we DJ'd at Hive.
Oh, okay.
It was with Anthony with Ackright, and
For the record, I warned him.
I didn't download any of the songs that I was gonna play. It was all online, expecting it to be just like at home when the songs just pop out because your Wi-Fi signal's great. Hive wasn't so great. It was so basically it was a train wreck to begin with. Songs weren't loading up fast enough.
So what did you learn?
All.
What I learned? Download everything. Download everything and don't rely on an internet connection because you might not necessarily have it.
That's right. I think that's a good takeaway for anybody that is learning to DJ or is starting off DJing. It's not always going to go how you plan it to go in your head. So you have to come prepared, right? Okay, so how about this? So we know that DJing in a public space really consists of reading a room, right? And knowing the vibe. Obviously, a DJ's dream is to not have to cater to anybody and to kind of just like express yourself. But a lot of times in situations, you have to read the room and you have to cater to the crowd. So in that sense, how do you approach or deal with reading a crowd when the crowd isn't vibing?
I'll be honest. I haven't really been handed. I mean, I've never been in those situations because I don't DJ at clubs. And the one big event that I did was the San Diego Fair, but that was K-pop day. It was a set, so I wasn't. I took that as like I'm gonna play the songs I want people to remember and enjoy, and not necessarily. I wasn't DJing to a crowd to make them dance.
Okay.
Per se, because there's already an expectation of what they're gonna listen to.
Okay, I see what you're
Right.
saying.
So it's not like how if Vince was, let's say, at some bar in downtown or Ackright would be, where you're reading the crowd and going, okay, well those guys like country, these guys like this, so you're kind of mixing things up and what the they already have. I'm kind of giving them the classic, so it's already expected that they're gonna vibe to these particular songs.
Okay. How about you, Vince?
Really depends on what type of DJ you want to be, though. So if you're thinking of like say more successful DJs where they're getting booked, you really have to understand. Wait, before I answer this, what was the question again?
How do you deal with how do you approach when you notice that a crowd is not vibing?
Oh, okay. So same answer. You have to understand who you're catering to. So if you're catering to a club where you're doing a residency, it's about crowd control. And you have to shift people. So there's people that can cater to a crowd, and then there's people that can crowd control. And first off, in both scenarios, you have to at least find a common song that they're gonna like, right? And it sucks that sometimes you have to burn the closing DJ or whatever, but in all honesty, you're really not burning them unless you're taking their entire set. But you just got to get them on the floor. And, at the time or even now, Function is still a big song. Everybody loves it still. So I'll play that. And then everybody loves it. But then you have to figure out where you want to go from there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like playing chess. So if I notice that there's a bunch of kids on the dance floor, they're having fun, but the grown-ups are, and by kids I mean like the youngins, right? And then there's grown-ups that actually have jobs. And they're getting bored. That's when I'm going to flip it around. So like let's say there's a song called Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison.
Yeah.
Right? Lonnie's favorite song, or one of them, you know, along with Too Close. But Return of the Mac specifically, I want to know where I'm going to go with that song. So I can either play that for the older people, or I can play the one with, I think it was with Chris Brown. It's called Provide with GE's or
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of the song.
but they use the same instrumental. So that's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, which one am I going to play first? Let's say if I'm playing at a 95 BPM and I have my opportunity to play one or the other song, right? I can go from one, and then if they're not feeling it, I can go into the next era. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
can really test it.
Okay.
But it's more of the sense that like I don't have to cater to everybody. And that's what a lot of people get confused with is like, oh, I gotta hit them with this. Like everybody has to like this next song that I play. It's like, no, they have to enjoy the song, but some people have to like, yo, this is my song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That makes sense. I like that you broke it down like that.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys remember an incident with a specific crowd member? Say you were DJing at an event that kind of made a mark in your DJ career. Like you look back and you're like, yeah, I remember there was this one person that requested this song, or this one person tipped a drink on my turntable, and I remember never to fucking have people near my turntables again. Like, is there a specific story that you could tell where there was a crowd member that kind of like made a significant shift in, or like memory in your career?
I mean, not yet. Other than, in learning how to actually DJ, I quickly learned that you can't play every request somebody asks you, because it just doesn't go with the vibe or the music that you're playing.
Okay. So yours was kind of like just noticing that when people give you a lot of requests, you're kind of like, oh, okay, now I see why DJs can't take every single request.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, like if I'm playing something at a certain BPM and they're asking for EDM, like it just isn't,
Yeah.
you know.
How about you? Any specific, especially because, you know, you've been DJing for a long time. Do you have any stories of a certain someone that you were like, oh man, yeah, there was this one person?
Are we thinking bad or good?
Either one, just like a significant crowd member that made a mark in your DJ memory.
Snoop Dogg called me the N-word.
No way.
Yeah,
Tell
he
us
said
about
it to the
that.
crowd. Well, I don't really want to say the whole thing, but then he had me stop the music. And he's all like, show him why you're here. And then like I was like, okay. So I was scratching, and then he was like, cut the music. I was like, I messed up. And then he was all like, man, you the baddest N-word in here. And I was like, thanks.
That's dope. I
Yeah.
love that.
And he's really tall too.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he looks tall on camera, a
Yeah.
little more like in person.
But
I can only
also,
imagine.
yeah, I have my black card from
I
the
do
Dogfather.
I do remember one thing.
Nice.
I was DJing with Edwin at like it was like a
The downtown outside.
no. It was at a hotel. It was for like a masquerade.
Oh, the masquerade one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
like a horror ball. And I was playing. It was like a Halloween event, so I was playing songs, and the crowd was dancing, and one of the organizers or one of the employees or whatever, the sound guy, he's like, "Hey, we need you to play more Halloween music," and I was like, and I looked at him though, and I was like, if I play Halloween music right now, all those people are gonna leave the dance floor. What do you want me to do? I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna lose this crowd if I start playing fucking Ghostbusters theme.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't play any Halloween fucking music that
And
night.
you were right, right?
I was right.
Yeah. So sometimes the people that are in charge, they don't understand really what DJs are doing. I've noticed that as an observer watching, because I obviously, again, I'm not a DJ, but a lot of my friends are. My husband is. So I'm around quite a few DJs, and it's like the amount of respect I've gained for DJs just being around you guys. Because I remember before Anthony, my husband, I was like, I really was that girl that thought you just go up to her and request a song and it was that easy. Like, I really was that person. I was like, oh my God, this DJ sucks. Like, I requested a song and now I understand the beats per minute thing, right? There's a certain vibe that you have to follow. You have to there's a formula to it. It's not just them literally pressing play on a song or pressing a button, So for those of you that don't understand it, I have watched so many people approach my DJ friends or my DJ husband requesting a song, or they'll come up to me because I'm in the booth. Hey, can you tell the DJ to play this? And then they get antsy, right? Or they get like, aggressive, like, hey, I thought I asked you to play that song. And I've seen a couple of DJs be like irritated, and be like, dude, I said I'll get to it. Like, you need to give me a minute. I'm going to get there, And these people are just like, when or why not now, So it's just like a different level of respect that I've learned for the craft with, speaking to your story about like, yeah, just play Halloween music now.
So if there are any DJs out there, this is a line that I've used that has worked a lot is, you actually tell me how to do my job more than the person that pays me to do my job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or the what's the other thing? The phone in the face thing when they're requesting a song and they're like put it in their note and they're like holding it. Yeah. Like, I remember Anthony had to like shoo someone's.
So when tip number 2, change their language to like get their phone, change their language to Japanese. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, pro tips right here. See, this is why we have the seasoned DJ.
I think it was a long. I don't know if you have to do this now or whatever, but before we used to be able to go to Venmo and just send ourselves $20 without having to like put in a password or something.
Oh
like that.
Shit, that's fucking funny.
I think you might still be able to do that with Cash App. So there you go. Pro tips.
Okay, Vince, how has the change from vinyl to digital affected or influenced your DJ career?
I love it. These are heavy.
Okay.
And no matter how much of my friends bring these with me to a club or whatever, it's still not going to be as much as I have in my hard drive.
Yeah.
So it sucks in a couple of ways, but it's definitely a blessing in a lot more ways. And to me, I focus on the blessings and I just ignore the bad stuff.
If you could name a couple of the bad things, what would they be? Even though you don't really focus on them. It's
made DJing so accessible that anybody can do it. And people that don't deserve to DJ take gigs from people that do. I'll give you an example. There have been overly promoted, and this is from back in the day too, overly promoted nights where there's an all-girl DJ lineup. But there's never been like all-male DJ lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I would have to open for somebody that's really attractive.
But she's not as good as you.
Yeah.
Per se, yeah.
No, and she admits it. She says it. And I was like, it's all good. I know who they're here for.
So the skill level you feel with the digital age here now has almost declined as opposed to before when people really had to know the craft with.
I think that it created a bigger gap.
I see.
So there are a lot of people that it makes it a lot easier to learn the tricks, right? But then they also become a one-trick pony.
Right.
But if you look at somebody, look at Alder. Alder is one of the best all-around DJs.
For sure.
Mix, scratch, be-juggle. He can mix genres. He's open format. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of DJs like, say,
you don't want to name names.
yeah, I don't want to say it.
Those that will not be named.
Yeah. and their trick is stems. You know what stems are?
Yeah.
Okay. So for those that don't know, stems is when you can make acapellas or remove instrumentals or things like that, right? Every transition is stems. You know, or
One
because
for Tony.
yeah, exactly. Or they only know how to do wordplay transitions. You know, or they're really good at reading their laptop without blinking and they don't read the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Or they're really popular to have 14 people dance behind them.
Okay, I'm laughing because we know about that kind of stuff. Okay, so Rich, on the flip side, how do you feel about learning to DJ in the digital age, but not learning vinyl?
Well, as Vince said, the barrier of entry is really low, right? So I just copied whatever was on his hard drive, and then you learn how to beat match, so to speak, create a playlist.
Well, let's actually break this down. What was your first piece of equipment?
That little stupid.
How much was that?
It was like $100.
So with that and a laptop, if you already own one, then you don't have to pay extra for that because that's not a DJ exclusive thing, right? And then honestly, if you really really try at it, you could get music for free. You know?
Yeah.
So it's really only $100 to start DJing.
100 something, and then like a subscription or like some.
No, not even that. If you were to like rip MP3, because you remember you're starting.
Oh yeah.
If you were to rip like YouTube videos, which you should not do, or if you were to just take like the music that you already own, you could start DJing. Yeah. But before, like one of these records, like a cheap one of these records would be $5.99. So imagine how much money has been spent here.
Yeah. Right.
And then that one piece of equipment that he got, not only did it have a fantastic disco light, but it was also 2 decks and a mixer.
Yeah.
Well, one of our decks, and keep in mind, this is like today money,
right?
$100, right? Back in the day, Techniques used to be $500, right? That's only one.
Yeah.
And then you would have to get a second one. That's already $1,000. And then you would have to get like an 05 Pro, which was around, I think that was also $600.
So the startup was way more.
Yes.
Like you had to really be dedicated if you wanted to do it.
And then let's say if you did spend that $1,600, you still only have equipment in front of you. Now you have to buy a $5.99 record.
Right.
And so for $6, you get to listen to something for 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So you have to buy another one.
That's true.
Then another one.
Yeah.
Then another one.
Yeah.
So what do you both say to DJs? So there's the old school DJs, right, that say you're not a real DJ if you don't know how to mix on vinyl. What do you say to people that have that opinion?
I mean, I just think that's like a pretty archaic way of thinking, because I could tell my daughter I used to walk to school, but she takes a card. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, I have vinyl at home. I take 30 of those fucking things down from my bedroom downstairs, and that shit's fucking heavy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like, I don't envy you guys. I don't care. I can put it in my pocket and walk out the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, if that's the philosophy you have, do you still have a horse that you're riding to work every day?
Yeah. How about you give birth without an epidural?
Yeah.
How about
What do you
that?
say to DJs that are vinyl but haven't learned the new school way of DJing or the digital age of DJing?
That's up to them.
I think to each their own. Like, I'm not gonna yuck your yum, because there's gonna be a lot of things that you're really, really good at. I have no idea or intention to learn it, but just because you're different from me doesn't mean that you're better or worse.
So do you agree or disagree, Vince, as a seasoned DJ, that
I disagree. You don't have to do that. Remember, your job as a DJ is to entertain people. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. My passion is to express myself, not to impress others. But when it comes down to it, you're really just catering to a crowd.
Yeah.
Now, whether you have 2 iPods, which is something that I had to do before, or 2 Sony Discmen that I used to have to do before, you know, or if you have turntables or if you have a controller, nobody cares.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's also like I get that all the time. Like I'll see it. I'll make comments. You know, I'll see comments on Instagram or whatever videos. But it's like I personally, I'm trying to learn how to DJ on vinyl. But in the grand scheme of things, when do I actually will have a chance to actually apply that?
Right.
Yeah, it's very niche.
It's very niche, and sometimes it's too niche that it's annoying.
Yeah.
Like, just this is a sound bar, so you got to have the turntables and a rotary mixer, and I'm like, okay, like we're getting too nichey here,
Right.
Because I hate fucking rotary mixers. Like, I don't know how to use it, but at some point, I can't even apply this because it's like once a year maybe that I'll spin on vinyl.
Right.
But most of the time, I'll be on digital MP3s. So how do I really progress my craft? If I'm still just doing just the old way all the time.
Right. I agree. Okay, so what should, in your opinion, what should DJs know about building relationships with bookers, promoters, establishments? What do you think they should know about it, and how key is that in a flourishing DJ career?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Other than being out there. I mean, that's why maybe at my age, I am not fucking hanging out in downtown. You know, like sometimes I'll see Anthony, and he kind of does that whole, I got done here early, and then go through every single club on the way home.
Yeah, he makes his rounds.
He makes rounds. I can't do that. So my relationships would just be like, hey, like I'll meet friends. I'm just cordial with them, or, you know, and then if an opportunity arises, I'll take it. But at this point, I'm not really out there trying to have a DJ career.
So what about for a young person that is in the same stage as you, but they are young and they are trying to have a career? As a newbie, what advice would you give them?
Fucking love music. The music comes first. You know, not the fancy controller, not your, you know, not
No, in regards to building relationships with promoters and things.
I mean, I would say just be out there, right? You have to be out there at some point.
Yeah, because even though you're not doing that, I know you have a lot of friends and you see what it takes to do that. So be out there would be your advice.
Yeah,
I agree with that for sure.
Be out there. You have to know what club does what club is this, and then where you get in, where you fit in.
How about you, Vince, as a seasoned DJ that has both chosen to be out there DJing and then also chose, like, you know, I don't really feel like it anymore. Like, what advice would you give to DJs that are up and coming or that want to be in clubs as far as having relationships with promoters and establishments and things like that?
Be humble, always do your best, and mind your business.
Amen. I like that.
And I would say the big thing, of course, be humble, but do your best, because you never know who's listening. Because when I was DJing to an empty crowd or an empty room, at the end of the night, I was like, hey, sorry, I didn't really get a chance to promote it or anything. It's all good. But my friend was here. He's probably going to hit you up because he has a club up north. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I had like a 6-month residency at Pachanga.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What was it? Silk?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you DJ'd at Silk?
Yeah. So
That's
it's like,
I thought you said a club up north. It's like at the biggest casino.
so you know,
Right?
like you never know who's listening, right? And then, like I said, be humble. Maybe if there is only like 3 people there, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ignore the one person that says, "Hey, can you play this?" I'll be nice to them, you know, or I'll show them that I could either take their request or I'll tell them, hey, it doesn't work out. But I ain't gonna just be like, yo, it's just my friends here or whatever,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like, yo, let me just scratch the whole time because nobody's listening to me anyways. Like there's a time and a place for that. But when you're out, you never know who's there. So always do your best,
I also think, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I am not a DJ. I just witness it, right? I also feel like another key factor is being supportive of your fellow DJs that are local to you, because, like you said, Anthony makes his rounds, right? I feel like when you have a respect for another DJ and their craft, and you give them opportunities, they'll think of you when opportunities arise as well. Because I know that a lot of Anthony's gigs come from the support he's shown to other DJs, and he's also very quick to offer other DJs gigs if he has them available. He'll be like, like when he used to work for, what was Johnny V's after it was Johnny V's? Breakpoint, before that was a shit show at the end, but before he was booking, and he would purposely ask DJs that weren't getting certain gigs, right? Like, let's give him a chance, and let him in. And then some of those DJs have now progressed, and they'll hit him up and be like, hey, I have this opening, or I'm not able to make this gig and I thought of you, So I feel like relationships, as far as like showing respect to fellow DJs and other people in the industry, is also a big key. Because if you're cocky, because I do know a couple of really cocky DJs that believe that they should be on the 100 list, or
Wow.
and things like that.
That's another story.
Yeah, it's another story. But, people with that kind of attitude, a lot of other DJs I see lose respect, because they're kind of just like, fool, like, who the fuck are you? Like, you can be humble and great. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my little 2 cents on your relationships and how important it is. Okay, so what do you wish people understood more about DJing?
Don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
Don't touch you.
Don't touch me.
What does that mean? Elaborate.
I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of DJs that, like, there's a big spectrum, a wide spectrum, and it's not there's not a lot of like gray area. We're either really introverted or really extroverted.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Like, I
Most
don't-
of the time they're all introverted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you put Ackright in a crowd and he's so awkward until he actually knows you. He's like, don't fucking talk to me. I don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah, if I'm friends with you,
That's different. Yeah.
you'll hear me say bad words. We'll have inside jokes. Like we'll hella like, anything goes, right? But if I don't know you, just don't touch me. Don't, like, I people think because I'm in the club scene, because I was doing the lighting at this one club, or I was the audio engineer at another club, or because I was DJing at this club, or I was the photographer at this club, or I was helping with like the promoting at this club. No, I was helping promoting. I was hiding behind a clipboard. When I was DJing, I was hiding behind my turntables. When I was doing the photography, I'm hiding behind my camera. When like every aspect. If I'm in the audio booth, I'm in my own booth. I'm closed off. If I'm doing the lighting, I'm somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And it's my way of like connecting with people without being with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Rich? What is something about DJs that is misunderstood that you'd like to touch on?
Maybe it's because I'm relatively new to this. I can't. It's more DJing. I just can't go and DJ a party without necessarily being prepared for it.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'll sit there and like I'll have to practice. I'll have to make sure I have this skeleton of a set list that I'm gonna try to play to create that story or that emotion based on what type of party or event I might be DJing at. So it's not necessarily like, I can't just go with the flow kind of thing.
There's another thing that I want to say, that people should really understand how hard it is to make this look easy. Because I think that there's a lot of like, I'm not going to say disrespect, but it's unrespected. You know,
I agree with that 100%.
because there's a lot of times, and and it's fun for me, but there's a lot of times that people, especially James, jerkhead face, like they put the most ridiculous requests when I'm DJing, right?
Yeah.
And I find a way to get there, but it's, I think because I do that, it opens up everybody else at the club. They're like, oh, play this. I'm
Yes.
like, dang. But I still manage, for the most part, I manage to get to that. But you think that it's easy as just pressing buttons and turning knobs, but
There's a lot of fucking buttons, too, though.
yeah.
Yes.
Until you're back there, you're like, what the fuck's all these shiny things sparkling on my face?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said a few minutes ago, I really gained a lot of respect for DJing and DJs once I understood what it actually entailed. It really is so much more than just picking a song and pressing a button, guys. Like, if you guys think that that's what it entails, it's really so much more than that. There is literally a science and a formula to DJing. It's not, and it's different for every place. It's not one formula. It's really like you have to cater it to the event, whether it's a wedding or a club or a lounge or a birthday party or a quinceañera. Like, it's always different. And they're literally like artists writing, or not artists, they're literally like artists painting a picture with music. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's fun is, like, I've started doing like Easter eggs and stuff, kind of like, with Marvel and whatever. So there are the super fans, or like the other DJs that are there, like when Crispy and Zareen were there, and then you and James and Edwin, but mostly like Edwin, because we're really like similar. Like there'll be some times that I do something and it's like, I wonder if he caught that wordplay, and then Edwin would look up and be like, I heard that, and I was
That's
like,
so
cool, because like a lot of times I'm just like, okay, it catches it. It's a constant emotion that I'm keeping this vibe, right? But when you can make things like work out, where the end of this is the same word that starts the next song or whatever like that. And then he'll be like, "Oh, I see what you did there," or like if there's a theme of one song that like plays into the next, he'll be like, "Oh, okay, I see," or I saw that trick that you did, like with the song that I told you I like playing is Janet Jackson. That's the way love goes.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people can't mix that.
No, that's a hard one.
A lot of people can't mix it, because it especially that beginning part, like after she says like a moth to the flame.
Yeah.
And then it goes do 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 do, and then then the beat starts.
Right.
See, most people can only mix at the one, the one count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? But there's a quarter thing before that people can't, for one, mix on time, or scratch it in, or like melodically have it match.
Right.
But then there's people that are like, oh, I see what you did there. So I think it's those little Easter eggs that I throw in there that makes it really, really entertaining for me, and for the I don't have super fans, but I mean like the super fans of like DJing and stuff that are like, oh, I can't believe he did that, or did that wordplay, or that tone play, or whatever. Most people, it just goes over their head.
Yeah.
So, Vince, as our seasoned DJ, you kind of mentioned earlier about 3 styles, and like I know one time you mentioned something about Red Bull. Can you give us a little bit, since we're just stepping away, can you tell us a little bit about like... Sorry, crossing cameras. Can you tell us a little bit about your DJ career? Like some of your most proud or monumental moments, or kind of like what you've done on your DJ resume?
I've done a lot, but
without bragging.
Can I just tell you my favorite, like the one that meant the most to me?
Okay.
Was a Thanksgiving event. I was DJing downtown. It was on 16th and Island, and it started raining, and I was under cover, right? But I was outdoors, and it was a food and clothing drive for the homeless. And it started raining, and there was at least 40, 50 homeless people getting stuff from us in the rain, dancing as if they had no worries or care in the world.
Did you wash your hands?
No.
Ew.
And to me, that's like
I gotta clean
that was
dick.
the biggest. That was the best thing that I've ever done.
So that's actually more of an answer to the earlier question of like a monumental moment in your DJ career, because that's such a beautiful story.
The only reason I didn't say that is because I think you asked for a time that somebody came up to me.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was a
Yeah.
different question that I was trying to ask.
And that was the most expensive gig that I've ever done, because they paid me $500 for that gig, and then I gave it back to them as a donation, and I doubled it.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, so because I know, even though I asked the question that I asked, you will not share it because you are humble. Can you tell me, have you ever won any significant DJ battles?
The one that was the most significant to me was I went to support my friend in this DJ
I'm not gonna
battle.
answer this question. Is he?
And they were having problems, but I had my laptop with me, and I entered it, and there was somebody that was like talking about me, and without preparation, I won that round. So I
Nice.
kicked out the person that didn't. So no preparation, I kicked out the person that was talking smack.
Nice.
Wow, I love
Nice.
that.
Yeah,
So weren't you in a DJ crew before?
I've been in a couple of DJ crews.
Can you name some of them if you don't mind?
The one that I had was with Rated R, and that was Faders of the Lost Art. And I was also part of 101. And I was part of, and still am part of 3 Style.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rich, do you see yourself ever entering any kind of
No.
competitions, even just for fun?
No.
No,
I'm not.
no way.
No, I just think that skill wise, I'm not at that level.
But say you got there, would you want to? Not even to say like, because I know you're not like, I'm going to win, but like just for fun to challenge yourself. Do you ever see yourself maybe doing that in the future?
I mean, I would never say never.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. I mean, it's not necessarily like something that I'm aiming for, but
No, you know what? I could predict this. I will say that if Rich gets comfortable with scratching and doing tricks and stuff like that, he will do it at least once, just because he would want to experience it.
yes.
Not to compete.
That's
but at
kind of what I meant. Yeah. to
I bet he
experience.
would just want to experiment or experience being on stage, having that pressure, having those nerves and everything. I think that he would get a rush out of that, but I don't think that he would pursue it to like
To win. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
But no, but listen, I'm not gonna lie though. When you're up there, you're aiming to win, but you're not necessarily like aiming to win. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna
Give it your best.
yeah, you're gonna practice your ass off to get there, but not necessarily.
You're not going to be crushed if you don't win,
Yes, exactly.
basically. Okay, so if you could give your younger self or a hopeful upcoming DJ advice, what would it be?
Listen to a lot of music, like not just hip hop, not just slow jams, all of it.
Study it.
Not necessarily study it. Like you it's because it's all about the music. Like like you get like Shortcut. Like,
yeah, he's the most eclectic person.
yeah, it's like I'm listening and he's like, okay, he's predominantly known as a scratch DJ. But if you ever watch him on his streams, I'm like, it's fucking disco night.
Yeah.
Like yacht rock. Music is such a great thing because it carries so much, it creates so much emotions on different levels, and it's like it's not just slow jams and hip hop. It's not just K-pop. There's metal, there's punk, there's
Yeah, it's crazy that you say that because, okay, so for me, because again, I'm not a DJ, but like I love music, right? I love music, but also I stick to not very, but I have my favorite genres, right? So sometimes when my husband DJs, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to listen to that song, I don't want to listen to that music. But I agree with you in the sense of like, I get impressed with him because he can literally play any room, right? Like he's at Moonshine doing country.
Right.
He's at now what's the name of Good Night John Boy's doing disco night. He has that night now. He's over doing the place in La Jolla now, and it's open format completely, you know, and then there's hip hop night at somewhere else. And I'm just like, that's so crazy that you know that much music in your head. Like, and then Anthony's also a little bit different. He's different in the sense of like, I resonate with your type of DJing more because you like to evoke feelings, right? His is very technical. Like he's like, okay, well, these beats match. This is the theme of the night. This is what I'm going to play, you know? So knowing a lot of music plays a big part of that, you know? So I agree with you in that, Kuya, where it's like, if you know a lot of music, it kind of opens up more doors to different things.
Well, it also helps you be more diverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's a lot of songs that are actually like, let's say, hip hop songs that are samples from country songs.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what trips me out. We'll be listening to music and he's like, do you hear that? And I'm like, no, you know? And he's like, that's this song. Like, he'll go down the rabbit hole to the point where I'm just like, I just want to listen to a song that makes me feel good. But he's sitting there breaking down every little sound. Like this sound, listen, this sample is from this sample. And then over here, when they play this beat, it's from this song. And I'm just like, how the fuck do you hear that? That's crazy.
Sometimes I guess that's your point of like studying. It's like,
Yeah.
but it can create a different emotion in the crowd.
Yeah.
And you're like getting the different pockets, like Ghetto Superstar, right? Ghetto Superstar, like that's sampled from Islands in the Stream.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's a country song.
Yeah.
So you could technically transition from Ghetto Superstar to Islands in the Stream, and so now you're really like open format.
There's a song that he just showed me, I think it was like 2 days ago, by, what is the name of that rap group? The one that sings Insane in the Membrane. That's
Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill. There's a song that they have, maybe it's that song, or maybe it's another one of their songs, and it has like, he showed me this video of this DJ breaking down the samples in the song. There was like fucking 50 samples or something in that one song. I was like, that is crazy, A. And B, it's crazy that this DJ was able to identify every single fucking sound and know the sample to every single sound because he's knows so much music. You know, that's so crazy.
Yeah, but that's how today's music, that's how most popular music is now. It's
Right.
Just take
It's
the
samples.
Take the sample.
A lot of people don't know that either, that like most music is sampled from other music.
By the way, with that said, I am working on a mix. It's best of 2027. So it's all the songs that are probably gonna get remixed and ruined by you new generation.
Ruined.
But I'm gonna be playing the ones that I like, not the ones that you guys are gonna mumble over.
Wow. How about you, Vince? Back to the question. If you could give your younger self or an up-and-coming hopeful DJ advice, what would it be?
2 things: organization and back up your stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. It's, you can have a lot of different music and have a bunch of different genres, which you should, but if you don't know, if you can't access it in a efficient manner, then it's not going to help.
Yeah, I've been witness to that too, because I've definitely been witness to Ackright being really upset that he didn't organize his, what is it called? Crates,
Yeah.
bins, whatever it's called. And he's like, fuck, and he's like mad because he can't find something. Or like he'll spend when he has his moments of like, I need to organize my shit, it'll be like hours because he hasn't been keeping up with it, of just organizing. So good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys
But
ready?
He'll say, I'm in my all folder a lot, which means that I'm going through all of my music. Because sometimes I just make it up on the spot.
Yeah.
But that's where your advice comes in, is where you have to really know your music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ready for just a couple of rapid fire questions?
Sure.
Okay. Current favorite track?
Current favorite track? Home Sweet Home, Big Bang, or G-Dragon.
Calm and Delight.
One gear item you won't travel without?
My MacBook.
Yeah, my MacBook.
Okay, easy answer, not the laptop.
Okay.
Rev 7.
How about you?
Headphones.
Okay.
Nice.
Most overrated DJ trend right now.
YouTube.
Dancing behind the DJ.
That's so.
Oh, I'm like, yeah, that YouTube thing. That covers all of that.
That's true.
Dancing behind the DJ, using stems. What's it called? Acting.
I feel triggered every time he says. I feel targeted every time he says stems because I stem out every single transition.
Oh, I'm not done yet. So, yeah. Acting.
But you're also new.
Acting.
So.
No, acting on YouTube. That's a DJ trend.
Acting?
Yeah, when they play the most basic transition and like,
the crowd,
yeah.
the crowd reaction.
yeah, there's
rubs.
that. The amazing pre-made mixes that you girls play and just dance and it's like, and it's like,
Okay, banger song that you'll never skip in a set.
Wow.
I'm always letting him because
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Oh, well, I guess it has to be K-pop. Bang, 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 Big Bang.
Nice.
Blow the whistle.
Ooh, nice. Favorite club or place you've ever played? Or favorite gig you've ever had?
SD Fair, I guess.
Fusion. Yeah. I get to do whatever I want there.
Most memorable moment of your career thus far?
SD Fair.
Probably being called the N-word.
Nice.
By Snoop, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to add by Snoop
Yeah, by Snoop.
to make it.
Biggest compliment you could give him as a DJ?
You try really hard. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think that you've progressed faster than I've seen anybody ever progress. And you no, this is the same compliment. I was gonna say you learn easy. I think that you have a lot of fun, but I don't know if you realize that you're giving that fun to everybody else too.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Yeah. You're it's contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you were Twitch streaming and stuff like that,
Hell
and you
yeah.
do that, I'd be like smiling. I'd be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, same.
I should get back to streaming then, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Biggest compliment you could give him as a DJ?
He
Owns a lot of records.
you own a lot of records that Nick can never play. He empowers people. He gives them an open avenue to actually either learn the craft or get better at it.
You know what's so funny? I was actually telling my daughter that at our party, right? She had like a couple of her closest friends there, like my favorite one of her friends were there.
Mm-hmm.
And her best friend, her male best friend, Ryan, kept asking Anthony, can you just show me one thing? Like, show me to push a button. Can you just show me
It was
one?
a tall dude,
Yeah,
right?
really.
Yeah.
And Anthony kept going, not now, not now. And I was like, you know who she should have asked? You should have asked Uncle Vince. That's what I told her. I was like, you should have
Did
asked
he
Uncle
ask
Vince.
you when you were inside the house?
Is he light skinned or was he the black guy?
No, the
Light skin.
Yeah, I told him. I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I didn't know that he did talk to you because she was like,
That's funny because you mentioned it. And I remember them talking.
oh, so
Yeah.
I love that because Anthony doesn't have patience and he gets flustered when he's actually DJing, right? He'll show you something when he's not DJing, right? But if he's like in a DJ setting or if he has guests over at the house where he's not prepared to like sit down and like actually teach, he gets flustered. So he kept telling Ryan, his name is Ryan. He kept telling Ryan, not now, later, not now. And then Ryan got so butthurt. He's like, I just wanted your dad to show me how to push a button.
But you know what's funny? What's funny is that because I was listening into their conversation and I was like, bro, that's so over technical because Vince really got into it. Like, yeah, you got to push this and this and this. I'm like,
But his question was, what does this all do?
Oh, yeah. So that's why. That makes
It's
sense.
like,
That's so funny.
yeah.
like, yeah, I would expect them like, yeah, show them the grid 1st and like how to blend the song.
But when you ask an open-ended question like that, he's
Yeah.
going to answer
Vince
it.
is like,
Yeah.
yeah, when you push this and you could stem it out, then you push this and you could do tone play. And I was like, Well, I don't think he's gonna ever go home with it.
He's gonna be like scratching his head, like I don't know if I can do this.
He's like, I just went from one extreme to the other.
I know someone that told me to fuck off to another one that was like explaining everything to me. That's so funny. Your favorite song to close with?
Lollipop, DJ Tanner, Careless Whisper mix.
How about you?
Closing time.
Oh yeah.
So I did it on my streams.
I will say this, for the longest time I have been doing the all I do is win and then just cutting it off and then turning on the lights. I've been doing that since I was at AD or
wow.
downtown. Like since that song was new.
Really?
I was doing that. And now there's this trend of people doing it in the club. I'm like, that's cool. By the way, you guys need to stop being butthurt of people biting off of you.
Elaborate on that before we close.
So there's people that take routines from other people, and then they post it and they get like popular on it. It's like, who cares? Because this is why I give all of my secrets to everybody, because I want them to do it, and I want that to inspire them to do something else, and then I might be able to learn that, and then it just grows from there. I might get inspired and do something else from there. You know?
So you feel like DJ shouldn't gatekeep?
No, I don't think we should gatekeep. Now, to an extent, I'm not going to put my whole routine out there and then battle you the next day with the same routine.
Yeah. That makes
you know what I
sense.
mean?
That's different.
Like that's why a lot of my mixes have come off of the interwebs, because I didn't want people like I
Copying it
battled
verbatim.
Rampage. Rampage killed me. He was so good, and I was like, Rampage. I always looked up to Rampage. Elroy, shout out to you.
Yeah, he's a good DJ for sure.
I always looked up to him, and one of the I don't know if this was a Red Bull battle, but one of them he did the text to speech thing, and he was calling out all the other DJs. Right? I didn't know how to do that yet. So he was calling out all the other DJs, and then he finally gets to me, and he just scratches. He's on work, and then goes, DJ VTech, go shave your beard and quit DJing. And he threw a razor to me, like a Gillette razor. I was like everybody was like, oh, I was like, that's sick. I was so honored to be. Well, first off, there were legends there.
Yeah.
So the fact that he singled me out, I was like, whoa, that's cool.
He said my name.
Yeah, he said my name. He just mentioned you guys, right? And then the thing that really got me was like he when the judges came down to it, we tied, and we had to do a tiebreaker.
Wow.
I was like, I spent so much time putting this whole set together, and now I have to make something up, and he killed me after that because he's been DJing for a long time.
Yeah, I'm pretty
And I was
sure
like,
he's the one that taught Ackright to start DJing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's OG. He really knows he knows his stuff.
Yeah,
you
for
know what I
sure.
mean. Like he's earned respect from
Everyone.
yeah, and
Any DJ that matters at least. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, wow, I tied with him. I was
That's
like,
freaking dope.
I was just so happy to be on stage with him.
I mean, that just speaks to how good you are too, even though you don't like to speak on how good you are.
But that's so from that. He had to do the text to speech. There's other battles where like people would grab the other DJs like their DJ drop. And I was like, nah, I took all of my mixes down. And then my hard drive crashed. That's why back up your stuff. And now a lot of my mixes aren't on SoundCloud. They're not on anything because they're all gone.
That sucks. That's true though, because Ackright had like 2 hard drives crash on him, and it was like the end of the world. I'll never forget that. I'm like, dang, he's like, how am I going to get all that music back? And I had to ask his fellow DJs to like share music with him and things like that. So
it's just again, the organizing of the crates is you can dump 5,000 songs in a hard drive, but when you pull that up and you're going, where the fuck are these songs?
Yeah.
That's really, it's not really losing the songs that would be the headache. It's fucking reorganizing them again.
It's not frustrating not having a song. It's frustrating knowing that you have the song, but you can't remember where it's at or what it's called or whatever.
okay, so how about this? Let's close with this. I know that some people out there that are thinking about being DJs think that DJing is this glamorous life, right? Like, oh, I go out there and play good music and I get to be the center of attention in a crowd and bitches will want me and things like that. What is the reality that you want to leave people with about the hard work of being a DJ, but also the fun of being the DJ, like both sides of the coin?
I think nowadays people get the misconception that nowadays, because you know how they put the DJ out in front, that it's that glamorous, or like, you know, everybody's cheering for you, watching you. But in reality, in most spaces, you're kind of tucked in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's a very lonely place.
Amen to that. I've heard many DJs say that. Yes. You know, and I'm glad you're putting that out there.
It's a very lonely place with a lot of fucking pressure, because you're sitting there and then you're trying to figure out like what song you're gonna play next, and there's also that like that fear that one song, you know, you'll get this like people telling you, oh, it takes just one song to ruin the night, and it's like, you know, that's always consistently on your mind. And I know from a lot of places where, you know, the manager's telling you you can't play this, you can't play that. Mm-hmm. It's a very lonely place, and I think that's why I always say you gotta love the music. You gotta love the storytelling. You gotta love the challenge of trying to put together a crate or a night that's gonna be like well-rounded and fun, or else you're just gonna drive yourself crazy. Because it's not all about fucking. We're not James Hype. I'm not sitting there, you know, like, with the crowd watching me. Most of the time, me as a DJ, I'm getting people to dance, not to watch me.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to put it. Mm-hmm.
So it's not a routine that I'm putting out. It's actually just enabling your night to go through.
I like that. How about you, Vince?
What was the question?
So a lot of times DJing is perceived as this glamorous, like, I'm the center of attention and bitches want me type of lifestyle. If you could leave our listeners or viewers with kind of the reality and both sides of the coin of DJing, what would you leave them with? Both positive and negative.
So if that's your mentality, thinking that it's this glamorous lifestyle and everything, I will be honest with you and say the most money that you're probably going to make DJing is when you sell your equipment. Once you give up. Because there's a lot of time in what's it called, in just by yourself trying to do well. If you DJ like me, there's going to be a lot of weeks that you're going to do the same thing and not get it, and then it'll finally click. But you're going to be spending a lot of time by yourself, or there's a lot of times where, you know, and also understand this. When you start to DJ, it ruins DJing for you, or it ruins DJs for you, because now you're going to go to a club and be like, oh, that's a pre-made mix, or, oh, it's predictable what they're going to play next. Like, my friends come to my gig twice a week, and it's really predictable because,
you can only play so many songs.
Yeah. Oh, I play so many songs though.
I mean, the way you do it, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not glamorous, but it can be. It could be fulfilling.
Okay, so the positive for those that do want to DJ, what's the positive side of the coin?
The positive side is you can for $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, and always, and this has been a theme lately. But my advice, it gets better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know. Like you can learn, you can make mistakes, but you can always redo it. You don't have to be in front of a bunch of people. You just make yourself happy.
Yeah, don't be afraid to suck, because that's everybody's gonna go through that. And I mean, I think that's how I embraced it. That's why I was like 5. That's why it's good too, because I documented like the first 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I streamed all 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, now I can see like, okay, you go through that and your 30 days, you're okay. And then transition to San Diego Fair. You know,
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But don't be afraid to suck. I mean,
Also for me as an observer, I feel like my advice as someone that has watched DJs grow and been surrounded by DJs, I feel like you can't hold on to the bad moments all the time. Like I've watched really great DJs play to empty rooms but also play for thousands in the next week. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to love the craft. You can't just, again, chase the glamour, chase, oh my God, everybody loves me, I'm the center of attention. You truly have to love the craft and respect the craft because that's what's going to keep you going. Because again, you're going to play for some empty rooms. And again, you're going to play for, well, if you are blessed enough to do that, you're going to play for really big rooms, you know, but you can't base your want of DJing on the amount of people that are going to watch you and cheer you on. Because like these gentlemen have said, and like my husband have said, DJing can be a really, really lonely art. And so you have to have a true passion and love for it.
yeah,
Do you guys agree?
yeah,
Yeah.
And also one thing too is that, I mean, it's kind of weird, like, because whenever we're at Fusion, there's like a fucking full table full of DJs watching you, so it's kind of intimidating.
Yeah.
But in the real world, a lot of times, people are just there to enjoy their time.
Right.
They're not really there to see you. And if you mess up a transition, it's not the end of the fucking world.
Right.
It's like a wedding, right? The bride knows exactly what's gonna happen all the time because through the planning. If something goes wrong, they freak out and say, "Oh, that was horrible. Like, oh, we fucked up on that procession or whatever." But then you ask the guests, they're like, "Oh, that was flawless," because you know why? They had no idea what was planned.
Right. Yeah.
So most of the people in the crowd doesn't know what a fucking good or bad transition is.
Yeah. Right. That's true.
You know what I mean? They're if you're fast enough or whatever, you can kind of just get through it. But they're not. Don't kill yourself over it. Just have fun out there.
And I'll leave with this too. Do what the fuck you want at the end of the day. Because I had to watch Ackright be discouraged by a lot of people because he had a very stable 15-year career of being an electrician. And then he finally said, I want to be a DJ full time. That's what I love. I'm miserable in my job. And I said, do it. I'm here to support you 100% financially, and there were many nights where he was not home. There were many nights where he, that took precedence over family time because he was pursuing this full-time DJ career. And a lot of people discouraged him and told him he needs to have a quote unquote real job, and now he's doing it full time. And he's making more now than he was making as a full-time electrician. So at the end of the day, if it's something you truly want, you have to be willing to go through the hard times, through the lonely times, but also do what the fuck you want. Like at the end of the day, regardless.
Get those girls. Start to DJ.
Start to DJ and get those girls. That too.
Well,
Yeah, but so according to that logic, I must suck as a DJ.
Well,
No. We're not even going to get into that. This
like-
girl is hitting on him and him being totally oblivious to it.
So the irony is that I was supporting our friend Norm
Yeah.
one night because it was K-pop night. He was DJing with our friend Art as well. And I met intern number 2.
See?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
he
you
found
do
his
get the
love
girl
DJing.
You get the girl somehow associated with DJing.
Yeah, don't
I have to
believe
tell
it.
this story.
Don't
no,
believe it.
I have to
No.
tell this story. This is messed up. My homeboy calls me at like 2:30 after like everything, right? I'm like, yo, are you stuck downtown? What's up?
Recently?
No. This was all back in the day. I'm like, yo, dude, are you good? Are you stuck downtown? Are you drunk? Do you need a ride? This was before Uber, right? He's all like, nah. I say your name. I was like, dude, it's Vince. You called me, idiot. He's all like, nah, say your DJ name. I was like, the violinist. And you hear this girl in the background. Oh my God, I have your mixtape.
See?
And I was like, oh, cool. Glad you enjoyed it. And she's all like, oh, I didn't think that he really did know you or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, thanks, dog. I'll hit you up tomorrow. Turns out this guy, like, he got play.
He used your
off
name.
of- I don't even get any.
All right, listen.
It's not fair.
I'm gonna add one more thing. All right, you might get the girl. You might get the girl DJing. but it takes a rare one to stay with you while you're not home, like this one.
Okay, so I can speak to the DJ wife life, okay, or the DJ girlfriend life. This is true. It's a lot for sure. Yeah, you can get the girl, but to keep the girl, you have to have a really dedicated,
girl,
loyal, understanding
So
girl.
yeah, I have said this in previous podcasts. The benefits that you find from dating a DJ, that you get into the clubs for free and you get free drinks and you get special treatment and stuff, all of a sudden it becomes old, because
You're always
I've
DJing.
had a girl where she's like, oh, I love that I get to hang out with you in the booth, or I get into clubs for free and now people recognize me. And then that turns into, well, why are you always out late? And how come you're never home on the weekends? Or how about, why can't we have a weekend like normal couples and you're always working? So, yeah.
Yeah,
it's not
understand what it entails for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man, you just opened. See, that's what you meant by the. Oh, okay. Yeah. By the bad things.
Yes, exactly. That part
Pandora's
too.
box and Vince
Yeah.
goes crazy.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being good sports and letting me spring on this sudden DJ interview on you guys.
Oh my God, you did open Pandora's box. There's so much stuff I didn't say. There's so much stuff.
If you guys want part 2, let us know.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
actually, we will do a part 2, and we'll have some other DJs be guests as well, because I think that would be fun.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. And then he's going to open Pandora's box, and all the DJs can talk about the shitty things that happen.
I'll
Oh my
sit,
God.
I'll sit on the corner like, oh, well, this one time on Twitch.
Well, no, because he was blessed that his first girl from his DJing that he got is the one that is the understanding and supportive one. You got really, really lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to intern. I always get it mixed up. 2?
Too.
Intern number 2. That's right. All right, you guys. Again, thank you for being good sports and letting me spring on a last minute or a, interview on you guys, and to our viewers and listeners. Hopefully you got something out of this topic, and thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye.